Good afternoon. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? You're knowing what you're wanting. You're appreciating the expansion of your own desire. Your desire feels good to you. That's important, isn't it? Because when your desire feels good to you, that means that you are not offering a belief that contradicts it. So you're not introducing resistance that gets in the way of your own desire. When your desire feels fresh and frisky, then you're up to speed with it. The thoughts you usually think about that subject are sane. But when your desire feels uncomfortable, when it feels like it's not going to happen, when it feels slow in happening, when it feels uncomfortable when you think about it, that means the habit of thought that you have about that subject is introducing resistance into the equation and preventing you from being in the state of allowing, or what we are now calling the receptive mode. We want you to remember that you are vibrational beings first and foremost. And what that means to you, since your thought is vibrational, that means your thoughts matter a lot. You cannot be frivolous in your thought without affecting your vibrational outpouring, which affects your point of attraction, which affects everything that comes to you. So when you accept that you are a leading edge creator, that you are an extension of source energy, and that you are vibrational in nature, and that the source from which you have come, who still stands in full beingness even while you are here in this physical body, that inner being part of you has a perspective, a keen, now in this moment, perspective or opinion, you might say, of whatever it is that you're thinking about right now. And your emotions represent the blending or not blending of those two perspectives. Your emotional guidance system is so important because it lets you know how much you are allowing the fullness of who you are to flow to you and through you in this moment, no matter what it is that you're talking about, thinking about. Doesn't matter if you're remembering the past or observing something in your present or contemplating something yet to come. Whatever it is that you are focused upon, the source within you, your source within you, has a perspective about the same thing. And you can tell by the way you feel how well your perspectives jive. When they are really a good match, that's when we say to you, you are in the receptive mode. When the frequency of your thought and the frequency of the thought that the source within you has about the subject that you're thinking about are the same vibrational frequency, then you are in the receptive mode. Then there's no variance between what you really know and what you are allowing yourself to know right here and now. We so love talking to you about you being in the receptive mode. For a while, we called this seminar the art of allowing. And what that means is, it's you practicing until you're really good at it. The art of matching the frequency of your thought in this moment with the frequency of the thought that your inner being has about the same subject. And when you are allowing, what you are allowing is that broader perspective to flow through you. It's such a good feeling state of being. For a long time, Jerry wanted to write a book called Turning Thoughts to Things. Esther is helping him write it now. Turning thoughts to things. Because he knows, and we know, and you know, that so often You've got this idea of something, but how do you turn that idea into a reality? If you've been listening to us for a while, have you? We've been talking to you about this vibrational reality. In fact, we gave it a label. We called it a vibrational reality, and then we called it your vortex, where the vibrational version of all that you have become, the vibrational version of everything that you want, exists in this vibrational state of being, ripe for the plucking, but better said, ripe for your receptive mode, where you become the translator of it into a reality. So how is it that you turn these desires to things? You were so kind as we talked to you for several years about getting into the vortex, get up to speed with who you really are. As life causes you to launch these rockets, and Source rides those rockets and holds them in the perfect vibrational frequency, keeping the light on for you so that you can find your way to it. And some of you began to say to us, all right, Abraham, we'll play your silly game. We will accept that there is a vibrational reality that we can't see or hear and smell or taste or touch. But just tell me, how do I get my money out of the vortex and into the bank? How do I turn this so-called work that I've been doing unconsciously and consciously, all this vibration that I've been offering and all this becoming that you say I've already become, how do I make that becoming a reality that I can see and hear and smell and taste and touch? I want my car in the driveway where my neighbors can see it, you know? And so that's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about how it is a vibrational universe that you are a part of. It's a vibrational world in which you live, and there are vibrations that you have to get into a frequency so that you can translate it into a reality. So how do thoughts turn to things? How do vibrations turn to thoughts? How do thoughts turn to things? What is the process of getting the idea into your garage or into your bed or into your bank account? How do you make this stuff that you want be reality? And we say, first, what we want to do is to help you to understand that if you would stop giving so much attention to the reality that you have already made into that see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it stuff, if you would not care so much about it being that, then it would become that faster. That feels like a little bit of a paradox, doesn't it? So I have to not face the reality that I've already got so that the reality that I want that I don't have can then become a reality. And we say, exactly. That's exactly what we're saying to you. And so what we want to do, we want to put it into a terminology that you can hear in a new way. We want to help you to realize that all of this reality that you are enjoying, that you are facing, let's call it a conditional reality. They are conditions that you can observe. They are situations and conditions that you can observe using your physical senses. For most people, when they have a desire about something that hasn't happened yet, if there's something that they want that they have not yet manifested, or something that they don't want that they have manifested, what trips most people up is their constant awareness of the current conditions. So what happens is, as you are observing what you've got, what you are seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and touching, you are also practicing a vibration about it. So any changes that you want to make can't be made because your vibration is about what is. You have to figure out how to let go of what is so that more of what you want can become what is. And we know how funny that must sound to you. But if you could understand that what you give your attention to causes you to offer a vibration, and if you want more money and you don't have enough, then the feeling that you have is about not enough money. Then every time you talk about more money, you are offering a frequency about not enough money, and the money that is in your vortex, you're not realizing it yet. You're not getting the thought. You're not translating it. You're not feeling the impulse. You're not having good timing. You're not at the right place at the right time because your frequency is all wadded up because of what you're observing. So you got to find some way of breaking loose of the current reality in order to allow the current reality to change. For most of you, it's changing, but it's changing to more of the same. different places, different faces, but same situations, just repeating themselves over and over again, because whatever the frequency is that you've got going on is what's coming back to you.